Hello everyone, my name is Volkan Arslan. Today I'm going to present my last study. First, I need to make some arrangements. Yes. Okay. The heading is Occupational Health and Safety Legislation, a comparative analysis between Australia and Turkey. I conducted this study with Serdar Ulubeyli and Aynur Kazaz from Akdeniz University. I am Volkan Arslan from Zonguldak Bülent University. Before starting my presentation, first I want to show you the outline of my presentation. First, I will give a short brief about our aim, then the used research method. After that, findings and discussion will be given, and then results and conclusions will be made. The aim of the study is to compare current occupational health and safety legislation frameworks of Turkey and Australia in terms of terminologies, duties, responsibilities, and incident notification. Why we choose Australia? Because Turkey making some new arrangements about their occupational health and safety legislations in accordance with European Union, and that's why we wanted to choose Australia, which is a different location and different country. And also, when you considering the numbers, Australia is also having some problems to cope with occupational health and safety incidents. That's why the comparing two legislation may be beneficial for both countries. In this study, OHS code number 6331 and WHS Act 2011 were examined in order to reveal a general perspective of two countries in occupational health and safety concept. In this regard, these two law texts were compared in several topics such as aim, terminologies, duties, responsibilities, and incident notification. This is actually a part of a broader study because to compare the legislation is a huge concept. There are many things to compare, and that's why in this paper we only showed a small part of our study. When we come findings and discussions, we created some tables which is compares OHS and WHS. In terms of aim, in OHS, aim described as to regulate duties, responsibilities, rights, and obligations of employers and employees. Similarly, in WHS, it is described as to improve safety outcomes in workplaces, reduce compliance costs for business, and improve efficiency for regulatory agencies. The aim of OHS code can be regarded as more specific than WHS in this regard. So maybe it has more clear definition, and we need to improve our description about it. The description, the identification of employee in our code is the person employed in public or private workplaces, regardless of their status in the private law. In WHS, the person carries out work in any capacity for a person conducting a business or undertaking is employee. So the concept of employee was well defined in OHS legislation in Turkey and Australia, we may say that, so we can understand who is employee clearly. So we cannot say which is better, but they are both good. The definition of workplace is also an important issue. We defined as the workplace, the places where the employers produces goods or services, and connected workplace which are committed in terms of quality and organized under the same management. In Australia, the workplace is the place where work is carried out for a business or undertaking, and includes any place where an employee goes or is like to be while at work. So we understand that not only the working place, also the places where employees go to in accordance with the work is also workplace. As, we can say that the both definitions are very well, especially for the places where the real work is not doing. So employees can have some incidents and accidents out of the workplace, but still it can be seen as an occupational accident. Duty of employees is there is a bunch of duty for employees, but we only show you that one to compare them. In OHS, the first duty of an employee is not to endanger the health and safety of themselves and other employees affected by their actions or work. In WHS, it's to take reasonable care for his or her own health and safety. So you can see, WHS, it's only mentions about his or her, while in OHS, it's also mentions about the others. Incident notification. There is a big difference between OHS and WHS in this topic, because in OHS, the notice must be given within 3 working days after the accident, while in WHS, the notice must be given in accordance with this section and by fastest as possible means. So we can say that WHS is better here, because the fastest way is the best way to notificate an work incident in workplaces. Results. First one is an inclusive definition of aim for OHS code may be more useful for OHS management for Turkish construction firms, we mentioned before. 2, the description of employee in both law texts seem to adequate. 3, definition of workplace should always be made considering the recent developments. So as many developments are coming in construction industry, workplace can be always how can I say, updated. The definition of workplace must be updated because of the new developments. 4, it can be beneficial to update OHS code and shorten the limit of time to make the notification, which, as I mentioned before, it's very important to notify the incident as soon as possible. In conclusions, the results obtained reveal that OHS code and WHS code have potential to be improved for a better OHS management system. We can see that. For this reason, legal authorities, academics, or practitioners may constitute a working group and develop the most appropriate legislation for benefit of employees and employees. As I mentioned before, this is a very small part of a big study. After we reach the results of our broader study, we are going to publish a paper. And if you're interested in the comparison of Turkey and Australian OHS legislation, you can follow us on ResearchGate or wherever, and then see the results. Thank you very much.